Welcome back to The Melodic Marketer. It is I, the great, powerful, and strikingly handsome Dr. OMEB. This is a channel where we talk about the magic behind the marketing that makes songs iconic or hits. And today we're going to talk about some friends of mine. They're an independent band called Liliac. You may have heard of them. They had their rise to fame through marketing themselves through social media, playing on the Santa Monica Pier, and ultimately getting on one of those TV shows that really drove them to the heights that they are today. And this will be my initial reaction to their cover of the song Carol of the Bells. I've seen a couple teasers that they've been releasing for it, so I'm pretty sure they're doing a cover of the Siberian Orchestra version of Carol of the Bells. But there may be some vocal accents that have been added to it because I've seen them singing a little bit in the teaser with the ding dong, ding dong. And all you haters out there, you're ding dong, ding dongs for not wanting to follow along and enjoy. Carol of the Bells is a pretty popular Christmas carol, but it's actually based on a Ukrainian New Year's song called Shredrik. The music for the carol comes from the song, which was originally written by the Ukrainian composer Mykola Leontovich in 1914. And the English language lyrics were written in 1936 by a composer called Peter Wolhowski. But anyway, let's listen to Liliac's version of Carol of the Bells. So the cello at the beginning isn't just an artistic choice. It's a strategic move in brand storytelling. The Trans-Siberian Orchestra's version of this song is subtitled Christmas Eve Sarajevo, and that is alluding to the Bosnian War and the bombings that were happening there. And there is a true story of a cello player playing in the rubble of one of the buildings after it had been bombed. So that's why the cello has been put at the beginning. So knowing that there is this deeper historical context to the reason it's been placed in the song is actually a very powerful tool to that emotional connection to the listener. Yep, so they've added some vocals. Another thing that's happening here musically, there's a lot of repetition and fast movement in the guitar part. And repetition is what creates that earworm, as my good friend and colleague James Colaris has penned. You've got this melodic motif that's going on with a fast tempo going on with the different instruments. You can hear a very fast-picked guitar part, da 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 da, with the drums pounding on the beat. It's creating this sensation that there is forward movement going on, which you think about Christmas carols, you're always talking about sleigh rides or things moving forward, and this is essentially accomplishing that feeling and the music. And because it's so repetitious, that's really good to make you remember this song after it's over. So I'll back it up just a bit and we'll... People singing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On a mission, on without a joyful tone to everyone. Nice to see Abby back. ping-ponging around. That was cool. Sam playing a violin. That was really Liliac up there with the double bass kicks that were happening, which I'm always a fan of. Let's look at this from a marketing perspective, because that's ultimately why we're taking a look at this. I think the introduction of the vocals into this is a pretty significant point of differentiation from the original recording of the song. That is changing the listener experience. It's giving fans of the original version something that's new and engaging for them to grab onto. You know, a lot of people will rip on bands that do covers, but it really shows the talent of a band to be able to innovate within the boundaries of a song that's already been recorded and established as being a hit. And you've got to be brave to do that. And Liliac has always been brave about taking risks, doing cover songs that are really popular cover songs already. And I think they've done a really good job so far with what I've heard in this version. Another thing that is really interesting about this hard rock metal phenomenon of doing Christmas songs, they really stand out, and there's a reason for that. We have something called the contrast effect. Basically, that's like putting a single yellow dot, bright yellow dot, in the middle of a bunch of dark blue dots. It's going to stand out and grab your attention because it is drastically different from what you're used to seeing. And that's essentially what's happening here with these hard rock metal Christmas songs. When you traditionally think of a Christmas song, it is a fun song. There's no big guitars, there's no big drums. It's kind of a sing-along, feel-good, happy time. And these songs have been converted into something different with heavy guitars and driving drums, just real big production. And that really makes these covers, Christmas songs in this metal vein, really stand out. So it's probably not really captivating to the grandma market, but who does this appeal to? It's really going to appeal to hard rock and metal fans who typically might not listen to Christmas music. So it's a really creative way to capture the attention of those hard rockers with something a little bit different than they're used to.
Silver bells all seem to say throw kids away. Christmas is here, bringing a cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong ding dong, that is a song, with joyful ring on caroling.
So it's really interesting how the audio and the video is contrasting based on what's happening in the song. At the beginning, we had a lot of bright colors. We had a lot of whites, and that's when it was really heavy. That's when it was really driving, really lifts you up with the music, which is driving and lifting you up. Then as we got into the middle section of the song, we noticed that the colors dimmed significantly, went to a darker color. Everybody's holding candles. It's also when the dynamics in the song came down pretty significantly. So it's interesting that the visuals are complementing the mood of what's happening in the music. And the same thing happened as it started building back up. The light started getting brighter. Melody starts singing again. Here we have the lights. We have a lot of the white colors. So I think it's pretty interesting that the color palette is helping to drive us emotionally in the song.
Young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong ding dong, that is a song, with joyful ring on caroling. One streets of here, words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. All the town raising the sound, all your entails, setting the tail. Gathering everyone, people singing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here, merry, 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 merry Christmas, merry, merry, merry.
I love hearing her sing because she does not hold back at all. It's really powerful when you find a singer that can replicate live what they do in the studio. And that's the one thing I've noticed after seeing this band several times and even getting to perform with them. Melody is pretty much as accurate live as she is in the studio. And that's some real talent right there. That's cool. You really hear this high Christmas that's sliding down. If you listen really close, it's kind of buried in the mix, but I like that. It's high. Well, that was a really cool version of the song. I like it. And Lauren said this was very last minute. And a lot of the production was actually done by the band. He said they edited the video while he was away on vacation. So kudos to them, because this is really good production overall. It's mixed really well. There's a lot of things sonically happening. If you have headphones on, there's some things ping-ponging around, instrumentation moving around, which creates a really cool stereo effect. So I'm a fan. So I want to talk about the value of cover songs for independent artists, because it's kind of a big thing. Bands have been doing cover songs since the dawn of time, whether it's Led Zeppelin. A lot of their early hits were cover songs. Some of the initial Black Sabbath songs were cover songs. Some of Guns N' Roses, their biggest hits, were cover songs. So I think doing a cover song, especially with a unique twist like this, can be really valuable for an independent artist. First, it's going to showcase their creativity and their ability to interpret and change an existing work of art. This can attract listeners who are already fans of the original song and helps to widen the artist's base. So, it's really a strategic tool for visibility. A well-done cover of this can really tap into an existing fan base that the band has not been exposed to yet, which is going to help increase exposure and help them get new followers from doing the cover song. And this was a very strategic move by Liliac, because it's the time of year that everybody's looking for this song, because they're playing it at their Christmas parties or their internet radio or DJing or playing it in between sets for bands. So this is a very popular song this time of year. And by Liliac redoing it and revamping it, this really helps them get exposed to a new audience base that they may not have been exposed to before. So kind of in closing, Liliac's rendition of Carol the Bells, I think it really does pay homage to the original Trans-Siberian Orchestra version, but it also carves out its own identity, or point of differentiation, as we like to say in the marketing world, that allows it to establish its own identity. And, for independent artists, doing a creative cover like this is really the gateway to broader recognition, testament to their talents, and ensuring that they reach new audiences. So on that note, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you here next time on The Melodic Marketer with me, Dr. OMEB.